And good evening. Well, the question that everybody has been waiting for and worried about for the last few days has been the snow word. And here we are. We're less than 24 hours away from the system moving into our area. In some cases, we know a lot more, and in others, we don't know as much as we think we do. One of the hardest things to judge on weather will be the northern point of the storm. The middle portion of the storm and the southern end of it is easy to tell. We know how far down it's going to go. It's that beginning line that has been the factor all along. Now, we've got a list of area schools that are going to be out that we're going to go over. If we do not have your school, your workplace, please let us know. Now, as we look at this, let me say this before we go to radar. There's a lot of things could change in the morning. Mother Nature, you don't know. A lot of schools, a lot of businesses are erring on the safer side to where the temperatures that we're going to have, anything that falls is not safe. It could make bridges and roads slick. So most places are leaning toward anything south of Philadelphia, especially, is leaning toward precaution to be on the safe side. Now, true enough, it's going to be Clark County and further south that really gets this storm. Hattiesburg is going to get hounded. We're going to look at that on radar. But we are now seeing schools in our area and a few businesses that are going on that caution due to the fact that anything that falls out of the sky when it never gets above freezing is going to be a problem. Let's look at radar. We are showing some snow out to our west now. Let's take a look at what we have. As we pull up radar tonight, here we go. Now let's start at Meridian and look around. Here's what we've got here. It's only a cold weather advisory for Lauderdale County, Newton County, Neshoba County, Kemper County, as we get into Attala, Leake, Smith, and these counties, right? Scott County. I almost said Smith included in that. All points north of Meridian. You see this blue? That is a cold weather advisory that is in effect for the area. It's not a storm. As we look south, as we look here, Clark County is under a winter weather advisory. So anything that we see that is in purple is a winter weather advisory. Jasper, Smith counties. As we look at York, Demopolis, Selma, Utah, Alabama, all of these areas also to our friends to the east are under winter weather advisory. Now again, this is going to be until 6 a.m. The 22nd is how long that will be under. As we get into this pink area, it's where the worst of the worst weather is going to be. We have a winter storm warning until 6 a.m. the 22nd and an extreme cold warning. This is the area that's going to get a lot of snow as we look at this prediction of what's going to be happening. Now, look out to our west. Here's Natchez, Mississippi. We are already seeing snow in Monroe, Louisiana, going up back over to Longview, Texas. It makes a whirl, comes in around Ruston. Nacogdoches has some snow as well, and it's just north of there. Already seeing some in Mississippi. Highway 61, if you're traveling 61, which would take you up to Vicksburg from Natchez, right there. What town is this? Let's just click on that. Clifton, Mississippi, getting some snow tonight. Over to St. Joseph's, right there at the river. This is going to be just south of Port Gibson, moving in pretty quick there. That's where the ruins of Windsor is. That's where all of that is, where that snow is making its way in there. And look how thick this is. Winnisboro, back in here. Delhi, it is just a few miles away. Probably already seeing some flakes in Delhi, Louisiana. Rayville, that area there where Tim McGraw came from, getting some snow there as we look at all of that. Now, the Jackson area, not a lot happening there. We do know that some schools in Jackson has also been canceled for tomorrow. Look at this. Mobile is going to be a part of this as we look at this. There's the big picture. Look at how much snow we got back here around Dallas, Texas, Tyler, Texas. All of this is going in. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, it is very, very hard for any forecaster to get this northern end of this storm as to where it starts. Where will it begin? Will it be right here? Will it be here? The line, the best we can tell, is going to be right along this area here, the I-20 corridor and south. We will see flurries somewhere between 10 to 3 anywhere along I-20 across Lauderdale County. At this point, and again, I say at this point, we'll see this southeast corner out here by Ricky Bobby's out at Wynot Motor Sports Park probably get a little bit more than other portions of Lauderdale County. Quitman, These areas here we'll see possibly anywhere from half an inch to an inch possibly. Again, we're right at that border. Anything could change in between now and tomorrow to where we could see something. Now, the National Weather Service is still putting in their forecast. We don't want to discount anything. They're still at the weather forecast that I got last, still had it at a half an inch up to half an inch. I don't think we will see that. I don't want to overpromise by any reason. And look, I want snow just as much as you do. It's fun. We don't get it that often, but I also want to be as truthful as we can about this of what we expect. Now, let me pull up the latest graphic, and they have not changed this. I've double-checked several times to see if the National Weather Service has changed this, and they have not. Here's the map, the last that we got from the National Weather Service. As you'll see here through Lauderdale County, this is a 1. Snow accumulation is possible. I'm not going to go likely on that at all anywhere along here. Not at this point. The models just don't show it. As we get south of here is where we start seeing this. As we get into the Laurel-Hattiesburg area, it's going to be pretty serious there. 2 to 4 inches of snow anywhere from Natchez to Brookhaven to Laurel to Hattiesburg toward the Mississippi Gulf Coast. That is most likely going to happen. Now, they have not changed this map here where it's an elevated threat that you've got that 1 there. I'm watching this carefully, and let me, while we're live talking, let me just go. Sometimes the National Weather Service will update things a little bit quicker, and I should have opened something else too. We'll try that. Let me see if I can just find the National Weather Service. Jackson. All right, here's what we've got the latest from Jackson. Let me pull that up where you can see that. As you see, Meridian is at number 1. They've downgraded this, and then right over in here, starting at Clark County, as we were talking about, this is the latest that we've got across here. You'll see here Jasper County, everybody in Rose Hill, that area in that neck of the woods there as you get down into these areas of Clark County, Pachuta. As you go down Highway 15, these areas most likely will have more than area. By the time you get to Laurel is where things are going to pick up from there south, from Natchez, as we were just talking about a moment ago. Now, again, I don't want to rule out any snow accumulation up here because it could happen. Mother Nature happens. We could see anywhere. It's not expected, as you'll see on here, 1 inch being the most. Most likely it would be less, a lot less than that. But again, we have to leave the door open for something could happen. You're going to see snow flurries again, most likely between 10 and 3, 10 in the morning until 3 p.m. in the afternoon is what we're expecting. Now, again, all points south of I-20 is going to be our biggest concern that we're watching there. Let me pull up what they've got in Alabama, what we're expecting there at Bama. Here's the latest that we've gotten from the National Weather Service in Alabama. As you'll see there, at Demopolis, they have that light chance there. And the further south you go, as you get into Selma and these points around Montgomery, and then you'll get into a little bit of ice significant down in this area here. Watching all of this closely, and we'll be monitoring this throughout the day tomorrow as this comes about. One thing I want you to keep in mind, look at this now. This is beyond serious as we look at these temperatures as to what they're going to be doing. Tonight, we're going to get down to about 20 degrees. As we get into tomorrow. Now again, everybody's, this is like deadly cold what we're getting into for our area tomorrow. We're going to get down to 12 degrees tomorrow night. 12. Now I want y'all to think about pets, elderly folks in your neighborhood. Anything that deals with fire, it's going to be dangerous for us. Fire departments, y'all be ready. You're going to have to work. Be careful beyond anything that you do with a space heater. Every fire that we've been to lately ties into something to do with that here lately. It got too close, it got knocked over, especially, folks, if you keep a heater for your pets in a room. One of them were to bump that and it hit a curtain. Fire breaks out, your home is gone. Bring them pups on inside. Your home's worth more than that. I know a lot of you have outside dogs and you go, oh, I can't let him in. Rig up something in an area in the laundry room, block it off somehow. But let them come in. It's going to be treacherously cold. If they can't, please get some hay for them. 12 degrees tomorrow night. Tonight, we're getting down to about 20. And again, it could be 19. That's some of the coldest stuff we've seen all year. Pipes are going to bust either tonight, tomorrow night. It happens. if they're not wrapped really good. And even if they're wrapped, it can still happen. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. This is just the reality that we're in on this stuff. Now, let's go back over here and look at what we have. Let me pull up one more thing here and see if there's anything new that I've missed from the National Weather Service. And again, you'll have to bear with me while I'm in here by myself. This is just kind of the way it works. We talk a little bit, we show a little bit, and almost there. I wanted to see if the National Weather Service has given us anything new that I'm not expecting. Let's see here. I'm looking at possible snowfall. I don't think that's what I want. I'm going to do some more studying on that. Again, it is still saying that we possibly could get some snow there. Snowfall. Okay. Still talking about Hattiesburg, looking to get a lot of snow. Nothing new there. All right, let's cut back and let me show this. One of the you hear a lot about when it comes to these graphs, and let me find a graph to show you. GFS models. This is one of the latest that we've got, and I'm going to show you where the counties are, what we're looking at here. All right, let's pull this up. This is potential for tomorrow. Now let's start right here so I can show you where you are. This is Noxubee County where this blue line is. That's Winston County. As you move down, this is going to be Kemper County. This is Lauderdale County, and as you'll notice right there in that corner, we're showing some. And then you get into Clark County, and by the time you get to Wayne County, right in there, look at the difference of the colors of snow. And by the time you're here in South Mississippi, it's a lot. And again, this is Newton County right here, not showing a lot there. We'll most likely see flurries in there, but as you cross into Jasper County and you get into Smith County, at this point is what's being projected. We don't want to give overdo anything. I don't want to blow anything out of proportion. We could wake up tomorrow morning and it'd be a totally different story. Again, what is so hard for forecasting snow is where it begins. Where's the line at? As we look at this on this northern end of this, we do know that it's going to be very heavy, the Hattiesburg area. It's just right above I-20 that is, well, it's hard to pinpoint what's going to happen. It's not anybody's fault. They're doing the absolute best they can. I've done as much studying as I can on this as we go toward it. We're not equipped for snow, are we? We just don't know a whole lot about it. Now, let's do this. Let's go here and look at what's going on. Let's pull this up. As we've got this posted, let's go here to our area closings. What's going to be happening, who's out, and what's going to be going on. This is a big concern of what we've got. All right, let's start at the top. We're going to go down of the many businesses and schools that we know that are closed and affected. We start out with MCC will be closed tomorrow. University of West Alabama, there in Livingston, Alabama, closed tomorrow. Jones Junior College will be closed Tuesday and Wednesday. East Central Community College there in Decatur will be closed Tuesday. East Mississippi Community College will be closed Tuesday. William Carey University is closed Tuesday. Wayne County Schools closed Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, they'll be in the heart of this. Wayne Academy is closed Tuesday and Wednesday. Laurel School District closed Tuesday and Wednesday. The Jones County School District closed Tuesday and Wednesday. Retina Specialist of Mississippi will be closed on Tuesday. Muna Federal Credit Union here in Meridian will be closed on Tuesday. MSU Meridian, remote operations only, no classes. The Mississippi Band of Choctaw Indians, this will include their tribal government offices, Choctaw tribal schools, and early childhood centers, all will be closed on Tuesday. East Mississippi Oral and Facial Surgery closed on Tuesday. Meridian Classical Center for Learning is closed tomorrow. And I think we had Muna. Yeah, we've already had that on there once. Enterprise School District is closed tomorrow. Lauderdale County schools will have a delayed start tomorrow beginning at 10 a.m. Now, as we all know, this will be monitored, and should the situation worsen or when we wake up in the morning, they will make a change on this for Lauderdale County. But as of now, it will be a 10 a.m. start for Lauderdale County. Meridian Public Schools are closed completely tomorrow. Quitman School District is closed tomorrow and Wednesday. Newton Municipal School District closed Tuesday. Newton County Schools, I just got that from the superintendent, is closed tomorrow. Leake Academy is going to be closed tomorrow. Sumter County, Alabama School District closed Tuesday and Wednesday. Rankin County, that's out to our west as we get toward Jackson, is closed on Tuesday. East Jasper County School District, again, that's Jasper County, not far from here, is closed on Tuesday. Anchor Christian Academy will be closed on Tuesday. Douglas Orthodontics closed on Tuesday. Poplar Springs United Methodist Day School is closed on Tuesday. Philadelphia Public Schools is closed Tuesday. And Dreams Come True Children's Center closed on Tuesday. Now, I did see that Neshoba County schools and Union schools will be attending school. And if that changes, someone please pass that on to us. But as of now, they will be open is the last that I had gotten from the school systems on those. Now, if you're watching and you run a business, you're in charge, you're a superintendent on schools, whoever it is, make sure to let us know if we don't have your school listed. We want to get that out there for everybody to be aware of what's coming. It's always better for everyone to know the night before so they can make plans when possible. As we all know, when it comes to kids, sometimes it's tough when you've got to go to work and your kids are at home. So I know that everybody has to make adjustments, grandparents, close friend, or hire somebody to take care of things when you're not away, when you've got to still go to work. That's where we are on that. There's a lot to do with the storm. We're going to walk you through all of this tomorrow. We'll be here all day monitoring the weather, letting you know where it is when something gets icy. And that's where you come in as well. If you come up on a patch of road tomorrow on your travels and you feel like it's unsafe or is a threat, please let us know. That is entirely what our platform is, what the Scotty Ray Report is. Whether it's a cow in the road, whether it's ice, whatever the situation is, we're here to let you be warned ahead of time to save lives. That's what we do. Everything that we do about from headlines is to let you know what's happening in your community. We can't do it without you. So please let us know on that. Let's go back and look at this radar one more time as we pull this up. Now, again, we're starting to see this snow. It's gently moving into Mississippi here. Highway 61 is really the only place that we've got snow already showing in here. Jonesville, as we get in here to Winsboro, all of this Rayville, Monroe, Farmville, Marion, Bastrop, Louisiana. Look at that snow they're getting there as you make that loop. Guthrie, Marion, Louisiana. As we get right across the state line, Lawson, Arkansas getting a good bit here. Texarkana, y'all remember that from Smokey and the Bandit, don't you? Well, it's snowing there where they went and picked up that Coors that day. As we come back, there's a glitch right there. Let's look at this. Here's Rolling Fork, Mississippi, and that area there is going to be Vailwood, Mississippi, getting a snow shower right now. As you can tell, this is pretty big. And let's put this into motion to show you how it's moving across Louisiana and Texas. See how that's got that loop? And again, this is Mother Nature. Anything can and will happen with snow. A slight change of wind, a little bit of a temperature drop here or there makes this thing shift and move a little bit differently. This is what we're expecting. And I'm often, and how many times have y'all been told? 1963. Bob Holland said there would be no snow. And the next day we had 4 to 6 inches. I wasn't around. It was before my time. But even as good as Bob Holland was, there's no way to really tell about the snow sometimes. He was a good guy. We all grew up with him, didn't we? That's where we are on what it is. As of right now, I've checked all the power grids. Everybody's up and running. We had a little power outage with Mississippi Power in the Meridian area on 10th Avenue earlier, right there at 39. It affected some 200 and something power meters. And there was a lot of folks without power there, and it was cold. I got several comments about that. A pretty safe day throughout the city. We hadn't had any major issues so far today. We did have we'll talk about that in the morning, of the truck that went into the building. We got some video footage of that. We're also going to share with you of how it all happened in that wreck. Fortunately, nobody was injured. Isn't that great? We'll have all that. All right, we're getting, Maria tells us Choctaw County public schools are closed in Alabama. We'll have that. I have not gotten any word from Shalhoub. We'll text them in just a little bit and see if they're going to be attending there. The Lauderdale County Schools is a delayed opening now. They're 10 a.m. They're monitoring this. So is Enterprise and Meridian in the line of snow at all? Yes, Meridian will get some snow flurries. And there is that chance that you could get anywhere from a quarter to a half. That's still out there. After you cross that Clark County line, let me show this again here as we do our best to describe things. Right there, as you'll see, Lauderdale County no longer has any storm watches for it at all. They moved it south into Quitman and Bay Springs and Heidelberg through here. Now you'll notice over here to our right, Livingston is still under one, winter weather advisory. And right next to it, you see Lauderdale County is not. What does that tell you? See how this is looping here? That's what they're expecting it to go over us and then over this way as it'll come up and it'll just get bigger through here. That's what I mean by and we don't know everything we know about snow. This could drift just a little bit up here, and it would affect Newton, Kemper, and these areas here. As you see, Utah, Alabama, all of this area, still Harper Hill, Alexandria City, all of these areas still under this winter storm watch, and the counties in Mississippi are not. Again, that's why I say I don't want to call this and say nothing will happen, because there is that possibility that this could change overnight. This forecast, I promise you, I've watched it for the last 3 days, and every 25 minutes or so it changed. It would be 70% chance of snow, 80%, then it would drop to 10 to 20. It was so back and forth. And again, at this point, the National Weather Service, and let me show you just how conflicting things are. Let me find the different forecast here. I found one that I wanted to share, and let me type this in and pull this up. I just want to be very clear of how different forecasts are given. All right, let's start with the National Weather Service, which is out of Jackson, Mississippi. Let me show you here what they're showing. Here's the National Weather Service. They're calling for a 50% chance of snow between 10 and 3. The wind's going to be 10 to 15. Gust of 20. Snow accumulation of less than half an inch. You get into the Weather Channel. What is the Weather Channel telling us tomorrow? Few snow flurries. 15% chance of snow. Low of 12. Now, they're identical on the highs and lows, but the chances of snow are very, very slim when it comes to what the Weather Channel tells us. Then you get into the National Weather Service, and again, that's a state agency that we follow a lot in most cases. They're giving it high. And I lean toward these other networks that have been watching this weather as well. The last time we had a storm, the National Weather Service was really high. The others were low, and I didn't see it then. And it's a carbon copy of the last time we had a winter threat, to where it was high and nothing went on. And I'm leaning toward that. Let's say it's not, and then if something does, then great, because I don't want to get it really doesn't back right now for us to jump out there and say we're going to get a lot. It just doesn't show it. So big discrepancies there, to where you've got one saying 50%, one saying 15%. That's a lot of difference, isn't it? Fairhope, Alabama, 3 to 4 inches of snow expected. Terry says we might get 2 cups of snow. Pass Christiana expecting 5 inches plus, and you're right. And again, who would think the Mississippi Gulf Coast, that area, would get more than East Central Mississippi? It just doesn't add up, does it? It doesn't there. I'm glancing here. Philadelphia Public Schools closed. And again, a lot of these schools are closing with not necessarily dealing with it's going to be ice on the road, but they may not have water. It's going to be 20 and 12, and you got to have water to operate schools, and a lot of schools are leaning toward that in their decisions of this. Let me glance up here. What else we have going on? Embrace Counseling Center will delay opening until 12 p.m. as of now. Thank you, Georgia, for letting us know on that one. I'm looking for any in the Choctaw County we brought up. I have not gotten word from Wesley House on anything. Somebody asked me about Wesley House. Let me see if I see anything with Wesley House. Now, please check back. I've got that posted twice and pinned to the top of my page of closings. As we get those, we will update them to have the absolute latest. And let me see here, Wesley House Community Center, and that's in Knoxville, Tennessee. That is not Meridian, is it? I think this one is ours. Here it is. No mention of it being closed tomorrow. They only have it, here's the page I'm looking at here on theirs. It's only today that it was closed due to Martin Luther King celebrations that went on today throughout the area. Big parade in Meridian earlier today. We enjoyed it. Hope you got a chance to either go or watch it. Let's see. Let me give you one other forecast that I just got that I had left off. Here is thick cloud cover with some snow accumulating an inch or two. Could travel be extremely difficult and dangerous. Then do y'all see the total three different forecasts, three different things and ideas of what's going to happen? They're saying you could get a whole lot. Now, isn't that something else? Again, that's AccuWeather that is telling us that we could get a lot. Then you have Weather Channel, no, and then you've got the National Weather Service saying a little bit there, 50% chance, one saying 15, 150, and then AccuWeather just blowing it over the top saying it's coming. They don't know. And that's being as honest as I can. They're real sure. And let me show you this again on this map. The National Weather Service is really confident. They know without a doubt all models point this is going to be bad. Again, I go back to this line here where it begins being iffy. And it's no one's fault. It is just so hard to pick where that will begin. Now, all areas up here around Louisville, Noxubee County, these areas around Starkville, you may see a flake or two, but it's not going to be accumulation to amount to anything. I want to be upfront and honest about that. I haven't gotten a report of any schools in those areas there that are going to be delayed or started anything like that. That's a quick look at what we've got. Let me make sure. And I spoke with Sheriff Jody Pennington a few moments ago. They're ready for any and all. They've got deputies ready to handle anything. I haven't talked to Ward tonight. I just got a text from Anthony, Clark County. They're preparing as well for Clark County to make sure everybody is safe there as they'll be monitored. And that's one thing I can say about these sheriffs that we've got. They scour the areas during the nighttime. And I've been in these meetings to where there's a board set up in each county that gives each road that's getting icy. And should a tree fall, they send out people to go take care of this. The Sheriff's Department, a large portion in each county that we've got, these folks work hard to make all this stuff happen. And I just want to say I appreciate y'all. A lot of folks behind the scenes that you don't realize while you're asleep that are working hard to make sure that when you get up, it's going to be a better road, better safe for you. Mississippi Department of Transportation has been working hard throughout the day, taking care of the interstates, 55 South especially in those areas there, make sure these bridges are as good as they can be. Again, we're just not prepared like these folks up north are. Respect y'all. We're learning, aren't we? Little bit by little bit. That seems to be, let me see if we've gotten any other messages. And Jamie, I touched on it, but you're right. Jamie Warren said, bring those pets inside. Breaks my heart. And I'll say this. Jasper County does have a warming station. They do there. Melody put this up. Salvation Army has one in Meridian, and Multi-County will also have a warming station. You have to get in by 8 p.m., between 5 and 8 p.m. to be allowed in there. This is some kind of cold weather. And as we learned this morning, I've been asked this several times. Have you got an extra jacket that you want to help somebody else with? The Wesley House, they will take this and give it to somebody that needs it. I've got, I think, 7 or 8 coats behind one of my cars down in my shop that I've been meaning to take. Well, now's the time to do it, isn't it? So if you get a chance, drop that by Wesley House. They would be glad to give that to somebody that needs it. Maybe it's somebody you see. Help somebody. This is beyond cold. This is where people can become deceased on stuff like this. You can't. I was out at that parade today, and let me tell you, I had no feeling in my fingers. I felt for you folks who walked in the parade today. I'm just not built for it anymore. The older I get, the colder I get. I understand now going to, I remember going to my grandparents' house when I was little, and I walked in, it was like, oh, you know how that heat grabs you? Well, the older you get, you'll want that heat there. Battery operated right here. Have y'all tried one of these yet? I highly suggest you just hit that little button there and it turns on. You got your arms warm. It's better than sliced bread some days. I love mine. Great Christmas gift a couple years ago. I'm starting to, Rodney was talking about the heat there. 10 a.m. start, dawn, Meridian area, just some flurries at this point, Stacy. Could it be more? It could be. We're watching it very carefully as we come across these lines there. Again, we'll keep you updated. We'll come back live tomorrow. We'll be on this beginning at, I'll be here probably by 3 in the morning, getting everything ready to have it ready for you, beginning our first show at 6:30. You can also join us, our first show, 6:30 live here, and also on WMOX, and then we'll be live back here at 7 o'clock for all things local, beginning at 7 o'clock in the morning. Please join us, and we'll keep this list going. If you've got a closing, please let us know. And I don't know the brand. It's got an A on it, if that means anything. That's an Angie Ray decision. I have no idea what brand it is. Missed out on that. But it's warm. So we will see you bright and early tomorrow. Thank y'all so much. And we appreciate you joining us each and every time that we bring you the headlines and weather and whatever the case may be. We'll be back live tomorrow. Again, as we'll close out, we'll close with radar up where you can see us what we're looking at. Again, the blue is going to be cold weather advisory. The purple area is winter weather advisory. That includes Clark, Jasper, and all the way over here to Smith County. As we get into all of this pink winter weather advisory, in effect, we should see anywhere from 4 to 6 inches plus in these areas here that you see that are pink. And we do have snow just to our west of Vicksburg, starting to ease into the state. If there's any changes on this as nighttime arrives throughout the night hours, we'll pinpoint that too. Thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow, nonetheless, at 6:30 here at the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.